Today we're going to look at some more proofs, this time algebraic proofs. The question is, prove that for any three consecutive even numbers, the square of the middle number is always 4 more than the product of the other two numbers. Now in any question like this, you need to start by defining some of your variables. So what they're asking us about three consecutive even numbers. That's numbers that come after each other. For example, 8, 10 and 12. Those would be three consecutive even numbers. So we're going to start by defining our variable. We're going to use a letter. Again, it doesn't matter what letter you use. M or N is a common letter to use. So we'll let M be any integer. But we need to get an even number. So to be sure of getting an even number, we need to do 2 times M, because that will always be even. If M is even or M is odd, 2 times M will be even. Then we're asked to say, prove that for any three consecutive even numbers, the square of the middle number is always 4 more than the product of the other two. So if we have one even number as 2m, the next even number would be 2 more. For example, if you had 6, then the next one would be 8 and the next one would be 10. So you need to add on 2 to your first even number to get to your next even number. Then you have to add another 2 to get the third even number. So 2m plus 2 plus another 2 is 2m plus 4. Now we've got our three consecutive even numbers, 2m, 2m plus 2 and 2m plus 4. And we were asked about the square of the middle of those three even numbers. So we're going to look at the 2m plus 2. We need to square 2m plus 2. Now to do that, we need to multiply the bracket 2m plus 2 by itself. And to do this, you're going to do the products of all the terms, the smiley face that we always do in class. So we're going to do 2m times 2m is 4m squared. 2 and 2 gives us 4. 2 times 2m is 4m, and another 2 times 2m is 4m. Then we collect up our terms, and we get 4m squared plus 8m plus 4. So that's us done the square of the middle term. Now if we come back to the question, which said, prove that the square of the middle number is always 4 more than the product of the other two. 2m plus 2 was the middle number. Before I go on to look at that, there's one major misconception that happens here. When we do the square of 2m plus 2, we need to do 2m plus 2 times 2m plus 2 to get what we had here. But a lot of students will just square this and square that. This is not correct. You've forgotten to do the middle term. So make sure you write out the 2 brackets, and then you're less likely to make this common error. Then we have to look to see what that's the connection between the product of the other two. So the first even number was 2m, and the third one was 2m plus 4. So then we're going to multiply those together. So multiplying out this bracket, we get 4m squared, and 2m times 4 gives us 8m. So the product of our other two is 4m squared plus 8m. The square of the middle term was our 4m squared plus 8m plus 4. The product of the other two is 4m squared plus 8m. If we subtract those two, we get left, the difference is 4 because these are the same, and we've only got this extra 4 here. So the difference in those two terms is 4. That means that the square of the middle number is always 4 more than the product of the other two, and that was what we were asked to prove, so we've finished the question.